What's up, NewLanta? It's your girl Bonnie Banks, and I am here with Tajh, Crutch, and Archie III. They are the owners of Brims. Welcome to NewLanta.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
I'm excited to have you guys.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead and drop your Instagram handle so everybody can find you and connect with you.
Okay, definitely. We can drop it. Wear Brims. That's Wear Brims. WEARBRIMS. Make sure y'all follow us. Like, drop a comment, slide in DM. That don't matter. Do it all. You know what I'm saying?
We're personable.
Personal, yeah.
We're personable.
Business, of course.
We're
But,
personable.
you know what I'm saying? We interact with our customers and our people that's following us. So definitely do that.
Nice. Well, I'm excited to be here with you guys. You guys are young entrepreneurs making a staple in Atlanta. So shout out to you guys. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
We're gonna start with this. It's like an icebreaker. Nothing crazy. You guys are just gonna. I never even know with me. But pretty much we're just gonna get to know you. For people that don't know the men behind Wear Brims, okay? Okay. So who has the better style?
I was gonna say both of us, you know.
I give it a time. I give it a time. Just keep on it. Give it a time.
Be honest. You gotta be honest. It's okay.
My shit's chill. Tajh come out the woods. He's we gonna be
I do a little razzle dazzle.
Okay, a little razzle. All right, I like it. Which do you prefer to wear, the wide brims or the campus crowns?
Ooh.
Oh.
I'm wide. I'm gonna go wide brim. Yeah, I'm gonna go to wide brim.
Go wide brim too.
Okay, why the wide brim?
I feel like it's more eye catching. Honestly, I feel like because everyone usually wears the baseball caps and everything, but if you're wearing a nice fedora and you're wearing it with confidence and you got your nice style with it, it's gonna, exactly. They're gonna kind of like draw to you a little bit more than just a regular.
That's true. It's a little more like suave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Archie Alpha Phi Gamma Phi and Tajh is the Alpha Phi Xi Beta. Whew, Lord. All the letters. Who can stroll the best?
Tajh.
See, all the juice.
So Tajh is he's all over Instagram. Like he used to be king all over Instagram. I'm more like I can stroll too, but like I just be chilling. I used to stroll for
shows and events and stuff like that. Me, I'm just gonna get on it.
He's the He's a IG. He's a social media breaker.
So okay, I see. So can you guys do a little steak face?
Oh, you talking about the 8 face?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to do it?
You guys do it? I want to do it for the.
Mine's is ugly.
Oh my God! Jesus!
It's just
you go first.
Let me see what it looks like.
Let's take one.
Yes.
Don't take a picture. Hold on. Mine's ugly. Don't bring that. Mine's ugly.
Can you see?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't want to see what's going on at that point. When I'm doing that, I don't want to see what's going on.
All right, Archie, your turn. I want to see what's going on.
Go ahead, Archie.
Oh, that's the real steak face right there. That's it.
I'm out.
Yeah. Oh goodness, that's a good one right there. All right, so your last one.
Hold on. Tell me, you didn't do it. You said you wanted to do it.
But I'm not a part
You gotta do it.
You don't have to do that. We had competitions and
It's
all that.
already right now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Go
All
ahead.
right, so
You brought it up,
I don't have a really good one.
Go ahead.
I think ours is okay.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
what I got.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. We're going to go into the meat of this interview, what people want to know. We want to get to know you guys' background and how you decided that both of you are going to be a good fit to, manage a Black-owned company such as Wear Brims together. How did you guys come together?
What you got? Okay. How I met this fine gentleman right here to my right. Well, like you said earlier, we both are alphas. Mm-hmm. So we every semester they have clusters where people that's interested in becoming alpha, like aspirants, they will go take their test,
right?
And hopefully they pass and become alphas. That year, spring 2011, is the year me and Archie went. About 9 years ago, almost 10 years ago. The year that we went, and he stated, he went to Tuskegee, and I went to Troy University, and another chapter that was there with us, the Fedora chapter from Alabama State. We all came together. That's how we kind of met and got it in, the vibe from each other at the same time, and then some of us clicked, some of us didn't click. It wasn't no bad blood. Just some people just kind of drawn to
They
each
were
other
in the same
more.
circles.
Yeah, just in the same circle for more. So after they left, they didn't just stay with their chapter. They kind of like, hey, what's up, bros? What y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? They wanted to just interact with the other one. So, and I feel like that's what me and Archie did. We kind of stayed connected through that. Even though this is before the business thing, we just always kept in touch with each other. I always go up to his campus, see what's up with him. He come here and there at my campus. It wasn't as popular as Tuskegee, but it's like, you know, but I'll be at their homecomings, all this stuff, step shows, everything. And we just kept that bond. I mean, that's how we initially met.
Right,
yeah.
right. Okay, and so why Brims? Why did you guys, why Fedora specifically?
Well, I mean, I think for us, I mean, I'm really big on, my background is marketing and research, where I think when it comes to business, it's all about the research and the marketing side of things and figuring out if the business actually works, right? So during that time in 2016, there's like a lot of things going on for me personally, where I was just like, you know, I want to put my energy somewhere that will make sense and it'll make an impact. So I came up with the idea, I was like, what about hats? Like, hats have been around since the 1800s, right? It's clear that hats are sustainable, right? From a business standpoint, from a fashion standpoint, all the above, right? But at the same time, there wasn't any type of new. When I say new, there was no cool factor when it came to hats. You got your old cats wearing hats. We were wearing hats back in college, but even the hats we had in college, they weren't really, you know, they was cool,
We made it work.
we made it work. We made it look semi-cool, you know? But for us, like, how can we make it an actual cultural difference, you know? So I came to Tajh with the idea. At first, he was like, I don't know, you know? But
You're the fashion.
Yeah.
fashion,
Right.
fashion. That's why I reached out, because I knew he had the fashion side,
Okay.
right? I knew he had the design side. And that's something that I like. I was into fashion, but that's not my forte. I'm a marketing guy, right? So
That's why you called me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes sense. But no, like it all kind of made sense, because even though he said that he wasn't, you know, he didn't know how it looked. Like, I went back to the drawing board. I had a sample. I had the manufacturer. I had all that ready to go, so that he knew that it was serious. And then a month after that conversation, in September, from August, we had our first sample.
You guys have your hats here.
Yeah.
So go ahead and kind of give us why this is a luxury hat and what makes it different from other Fedora brands.
Ooh, okay.
I think off top, for me, I think that it's the aesthetics, right? It's the sturdiness, it's the quality of it, it's different. We don't use ribbon.
Okay.
Versus your other hat companies that have been around for so long. We don't tap into ribbon. We don't use ribbon at all.
So what's...
We use suede, we use linen, we use cotton, we use like bandanas, and we actually make it bands, right?
I see.
Yeah,
But I think at the end of the day, what makes us different is the content, how we portray the product to our consumer, right? We want you to feel like you're the shit when you wear the hat.
Yes.
Point blank period. Like, wear brands, wear confidence. We want to enhance you from a confidence standpoint. We want you to enhance you, even if you're the poppin'est person ever. We want you to still, when you put a hat on, you feel more poppin'.
Right.
You know, we just want you to feel good. And I think that's the main thing for us that sets us apart from everybody else. Is aesthetic, and we make it feel luxury. And even though it's not a $600 hat, but you
Definitely feels
it feels like a $600 hat.
Definitely, it has quality, it has firmness. I mean, this is a good, you know, you don't feel like you're wasting your money.
Exactly.
You're
I want
really
people to
buying
know
this.
when,
I like that.
say for instance, you're going on a trip, you know, you usually pack your 5 outfits for every occasion, you know, nighttime, daytime, dinner, everything. We want you to be able to buy or wear Brim's hat and wear it for every outfit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It goes with everything. So we don't want people to just feel like, oh, when you get a fedora, you gotta wear it with a suit. No, you wear it with joggers, you wear it with, you know what I'm saying? With anything, sneakers, hard bottoms, it doesn't matter. Just feel confident when you do it.
How did you manifest what you see now, like the end result? Because now you guys have an office space. You guys are really popping. You guys are blowing up.
Consistency. Honestly, I feel like consistency and taking risks. And I feel like for me, I'm all about just making sure that the team eat. That's my biggest thing. Like, I want me and Tajh to eat. I ain't talking about $1,000, $2,000. I'm talking 10 plus mil. Like, that's the mindset I'm on, right? So when we realized that we had something big, like, my whole mindset is about how can we eat as much as possible, but also give back at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's always my mindset when it comes to anything, like any business move, any business idea. like how we gonna make money, but how do we sustain that money and reinvest that money at the same time?
And so, speaking of that too, how do you put your worth of your hats? Like, how do you price your hats? How do you know what I'm saying? When you're coming up, sometimes you're like, I don't know what I want to price it, even though I feel like it's worth this. But you also want to make it enticing to consumers.
Yeah, and I had that same challenge. That's why I got Archie because I'm like, man, they're not gonna buy that. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, we can't beat them over the head with it, but at the same time, we gotta know our worth. You know, and how much blood and sweat and tears we put in these hats, and the price that we gotta pay to get this stuff made, and a lot of time and effort. You know, so it definitely exactly.
I think at the end of the day, at the time, I think it's one of the things that we're still playing with. You're gonna always be playing with it. Like it's not gonna be that perfect price.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, for me, we gotta make the money back.
Right.
That's the most important thing. So I have my little formula that I do to make sure that we make our money back.
Yeah, it's always good. It's always good to start high and then come down, and then when you start low and then trying to go up, and people kind of look at you some type of way. Yeah. So I'm saying you start high. You know what I'm saying? You kind of can start that because usually when you negotiate anything, they're gonna start high with you no matter what, just to see if you're gonna jump at it.
Exactly.
But if you negotiate a little down, they might meet you midway. You know what I'm saying? So always start high. You know?
You guys are talking about how you have a Support Black College and Campus Crowns collab. Tell me more about that and how that came into fruition.
So the Campus Crown Collection, I think for me, going to HBCU and understanding the importance of HBCUs, but also with everything going on as far as like Black Lives Matter, I think it was important to start to put apparel and Black-owned businesses on a map from a universal and nationwide standpoint, right? And putting together two major companies and showcasing the importance of HBCUs, because even though Tajh went to Troy University, he understands the importance of the culture, right? The importance of HBCUs and how they play a major part in us, and the growth of us and the start of our history, And I think that we wanted to create something that showcases the embodiment of us as creatives. Like we know when you go to college, regardless of HBCU, you go to college, that's like the first step of learning, right? Then your next step, your next campus is when you graduate, right? And then the next phase of campus is another phase, and it keeps going. You're always learning, you're always involved. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is the embodiment of Campus Crowns. It's not just about being in college; it's about learning throughout the journey of your life.
Exactly, and to piggyback up what Archie was saying, I didn't go to HBCU. I went to a PWI, I went to Troy University, but I can still relate to Support Black Colleges and HBCU life because we feel like it's not an HBCU campus, but we all have our Black family inside that campus on a PWI. So that's how I can relate to this campus, to this collection. So when Archie came with the idea, like, we gotta do this collection with Support Black College, I was like, it makes sense, and I'm fully for it because yes, I didn't go to HBCU, but at the same time, I understand the importance of it.
Speaking of collabs, you guys were actually featured on Beyoncé's website as a Black business.
Yes.
What was that experience like for each of you? Because you guys found out different times and in a different way.
Yeah, I'll speak for myself. That morning, I woke up, everybody usually do when you wake up and get on IG, just
Brush your teeth.
When you wake up out your bed, you just get on IG, just look real quick and see what's going on, and then you get up and start your day. But I looked on there, and my friend, one of my friends posted a picture of her brand on the site, but she was just speaking it into existence. But she was like, one day, you know what I'm saying, like that. So I was like, oh, that's dope. At first I was like, oh, that's dope. And then I read her caption, and I was like, okay, that's stuff. I still liked it and everything like that. So I went on about my day, and I went to South Carolina that evening to see my dad. So I'm sitting there just chilling at my dad's house, and Archie called me, and I was like, "What's up, bro?" He was like, "Bro, we on Beyonce website." I was like, "No, we're not. I checked it." Cause when I seen hers, I checked it that morning. I was like, "Dang, we're not on here." I was like, "Okay, well, cool. I'm gonna go about my day." He's like, "Bro, we on there." I was like, "Bro, we're not on it. Check it." But I checked it again, right? So
he was trying to argue me down.
I was like, "Bro, we're not on that site, bro."
Man, you shut up.
Yeah, he's like, "Bro, you're not checking." I'm like, "I'm looking right now." I guess I was going too fast. I was skimming too fast, and I went in there, I seen it, I was like, oh, yeah, we are on it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how he found out first, but I was just like, when I first seen it, I didn't see our name. Maybe I wasn't looking, or maybe I didn't think
you just didn't expect expect
exactly. I didn't think nobody was really gonna check us to be on there like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, wow, this is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm one of them guys like I get excited, but you can't really tell. You know what I'm saying? So I just be like, oh, what's up? But inside, I'm jumping around and stuff like, yeah. But it was great, and we appreciate that as well. You know what I'm saying? Especially be named with all the other great Black brands. You know what I'm saying? So it was a great accomplishment.
So Archie, you called him. So running back, how did you find out?
So initially, I had reached out to Zarina Akers, who is Beyonce's stylist. I had reached out to her like 2-3 weeks before that shit happened, because she had dropped the Black on Everything platform on Instagram that was going crazy. So I was just reaching out, just kind of trying to figure out how we can get on there. Crazy about we never got on there, even to this day. Right? So even when that day came, I had reached out to her, she responded back. I seen that you can go add your business on their site. If I added a business, cool. Reached out to her, no response back. I'm like, cool, okay. Typical. So I keep going one day. So 2 weeks passed, Juneteenth. So my boy was on there. So shout out to Dr. My boy, but one of my homies was on there, and I was like, okay, cool, it'll be cool. We was on there, but we weren't on it in that morning time. So around like 2, I went on. I was like, oh shit, like he was on there. And if I call him, I was like, yo, we on here. And I really don't know how we put it. Now I do know, to be honest, because one of the homies I met a while ago goes back into networking. I met her when we first started the brand. Her name is Bianca Dunn. She's her assistant designer. So Bianca was just like, yo, like I have been plugging y'all before, and I kind of connected the dots, but she's been following the brand, y'all been very consistent, She's like, yo, I've been showing love to Diana. So that's how other things.
Right. How everything's have manifested and come forward.
Yeah.
How would it feel if you guys saw Beyonce wearing one of your hats?
That should be crazy.
All I have to say is, I don't know.
I mean, now you gotta jump up and down.
I can jump up and down. I feel like prices just went up, you know, but honestly.
So buy your hat now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's one of the things where we've had some great accomplishments, right?
Right, because you had Cedric.
Cedric. We had a lot of great people. I think that it's only bound to have that one person
that's just gonna set it up.
Speaking of collabs, your Rotten Peach collab with Diane von Furstenberg.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about that.
I'm gonna get into how the hat came about. I'm gonna let you speak.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you speak on how the EBF came about. So the Ryan Peach kind of came up with me and Archie, just kind of come up with our next hat. What is our next hat gonna be? We sat down with one of my good friends, one of my best friends, Brandon Stevens. He's a part of the Alabama State chapter, Beirut. He's an alpha as well. So we sat down with him and shout out to the brothers, and he was like, do a blush hat. Let's do a blush hat type vibe, and then with a distress type band, so kind of the knit and grit of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why we called it the Ryan Peach, because it shows you the luxury of Atlanta as well as, you know, the grind and hustle of it. You know what I'm saying? So the hat got a little burnt tint on it a little bit, and then the band is like it got like gold glitters on it, but at the same time it's distressed. So it's both in one, you know, Black Hollywood, Atlanta. So you get all that pieces. So when we came together and built that hat, and we like showed the sample to a couple of our friends, shout out to Harold and stuff like that, he was like, we gotta put it out. We gotta put it out. And then I was like, Archie, this might be the next hat. Archie was like,
yeah, I wouldn't fuck with it.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. But then he came back to me maybe like a couple days later and was like, I think you're on something on it.
Slept on it.
Yeah, I think we're on something.
Sometimes I be sleeping on it.
You gotta sleep on it.
I don't sleep on it no more. I just say I let Tajh do what he do.
I think what it was, he wore it one day and he was like, yo, that's hard.
Like, actually, I like this on me.
That's hard. He's like, bruh, yeah, we gotta be that.
That probably is one of the best hats that we've made this far.
Yeah.
So the brand is a remembrance of your grandmother, Rosetta, who passed away for breast cancer.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself collabing with Susan G. Komen breast cancer resources?
I'm not sure, but we've definitely done some partnerships with breast cancer or other platforms in the past. I think for us is if it makes sense, it's possible for sure. I feel like we always want to get back in some sense. Like even during COVID, we partnered with Chef J. Rob. Gave out dinners and lunches to Great Hospital and stuff in hospital. So we're always giving back. Like even at the end of the month, we're working with Chick-fil-A to give out Chick-fil-A meals and dinners to the homeless. So always trying to figure out anything they can do, and if it's, especially if it's attached to my grandmother, then we definitely are trying to make something happen for sure. I actually was trying to do something for Super Bowl, but with COVID here.
Yeah, so we kind of kidding about people's dreams.
Mainly did.
It did. So do you guys see yourself introducing any other aspects into wear brims, maybe some hoodies or anything like that?
Oh, since you said hoodie, I like how you do the alley-oop. You know, we got the Brim print hoodie on right now. In stores now. If you want to go pop up, it's only a couple left, so you gotta get it quick.
Where we need to get a hoodie?
Get it small, quick. Details is important. You know, we have a
I like
tape.
this measuring tape. What does that actually mean? What
It's
are
just
there like?
For a measure a hat.
This basically how you build a hat on our hoodie. How you build a hat is on it.
So the secret is actually on the hoodie.
The brim print, like the blueprint, it's the brim print.
It's a little print.
Yeah. So in the back, I'm sitting down now, but that's all our swatches.
We'll definitely put the pictures up.
Yeah, all our swatches on it so that you can choose from, and then the measuring tape because you got to get every measurement for the hats.
Okay.
And then our stuff, crown me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to own your crown when you're wearing a brim, you know what I'm saying? So definitely.
So before we wrap up, you guys, just give some advice to beginning entrepreneurs, other Black-owned companies that may be struggling or don't know their direction. Like, what advice would you give them?
I feel like people that should do their research before they jump into a market. Do their research, understand what's out there already and what they're trying to create, and then at the same time, don't be scared to create what you want to create. Because at the same time, if you say people are not wearing that, then maybe you need to make it. You know, like maybe you need to make it. Or if you're trying to find something you can't find in the store, that's your idea right there. Go ahead and create that because people are scared to take that leap. And that's how I kind of was in the beginning before Archie called me. Because I love fashion. I wore fedoras before we even started this. And I would buy a fedora and maybe like try to fix up the hat and the aesthetic of it. And then I was gonna call it Crutch crowns one day, but I put it down because I kept putting it down. I was just discouraged. I was like, they ain't gonna buy this, So when he did call me, I'm like, damn, this might be a sign. You know what I'm saying? It might be a sign. So you just never know. Not everybody's gonna have a great business partner. You know what I'm saying? To start this stuff, that don't mean go on your own and do it. Just do your research, trust in what you believe in, and like my mother always said, die empty. You know what I'm saying? That means fulfill it.
Take it with you to the grave.
Can't take it with you to the grave. So any ideas you have right now, get it out. Try to do it. Try to fail. You're gonna fail. You know what I'm saying? But that's just gonna make your story better. But at the same time, it's gonna make it stronger at the end.
How about you, Archie? Any advice?
I mean, I feel like
from a marketing standpoint.
I mean, honestly, I feel like consistency. I feel like if we weren't consistent, we would not be in this office right now.
So we're wrapping it up here with Wear Brims. You guys go ahead and drop your Instagram handles, your website, how they can get in contact with you, all of that.
Oh, you can follow us on Instagram at Wear Brims, Twitter Brims, Facebook Wear Brims. Our website is
www.wearbrims.com.
Yes.
Wear Brims.
Definitely.
Love it. We appreciate you guys coming
Thank
on.
you.
Make sure you follow us on NewLanta_. Everything is NewLanta_. YouTube, NewLanta. Like, subscribe, comment. And we're going to have this video up. I'm excited.
Oh, I'm excited too. I appreciate y'all.
It's great.